that's it. My greatest strength is in language. I believe that our language is where all our power comes from. In a human, if we don't have words for something, it doesn't exist in our world. And therefore, I'm very careful and very precise with my language. So something like purpose, which is so important, I'm gonna have a very clear distinction for purpose. So for me, purpose is that which drives a specific end. So simply, any purpose is that which pushes you towards some future thing, right? It's drive. So that helps. Like it helps us understand that purpose isn't some grandiose thing. We all have purpose all the time, right? There's always something driving you to some end. So trying to think that I have no purpose is bullshit. Right? That's not true. You do have a purpose, or you wouldn't be going somewhere. Your purpose might be to stay stuck exactly where you are and not move or change anything out of safety. That's still a purpose, right? So it doesn't, as soon as we get to the reality that purpose is just that which drives a specific end, it's not a big thing. And then it's quite a lot easier to say, well, what's driving me and where am I going? If you don't know what's driving you, look at where you're going. Like, what direction are you headed? That's your purpose. You might not like it. You might not want that to be, but it is based on the fact that it's moving you in that direction. So I want to pause there and then we can talk about how do we find it or search. I just interested in your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% in full agreement, and I want to actually throw something back at you and kind of get your thoughts on this. So one of the things that I've really been driving home, I've shot multiple videos, I've written content pieces around this, is to the men that I'm talking to here. Once again, like I'm going to kind of use you to kind of speak to the men that I'm helping. But I believe this deep to my core. Like if you're struggling and you're aware that the pornography is having a negative impact on your life, the purpose for your life in this moment is to overcome that. And then once you begin to go down that path, the next level of purpose will reveal itself because you need to remove this barrier that's in front of you to step into the next phase, into the next phase, into the next phase. I couldn't launch a podcast. I wanted to launch a podcast for like 6 years, but there were always these resistant things. I had to get out of my way first, go down this journey, and then that unlocked the purpose for me for what the podcast started as, which was just a place for me to share my story. So thoughts around there, like am I driving close to anything that you teach, or am I off at all?
I'd say there's two layers to it. So when it comes to, let's just talk pornography addiction or being fixated on it, or it's taking up so much time or space in your life. One side of it is having that clear goal or objective of getting past it is what I heard you saying. Like we have to get over this. This can't continue to control our life. That would be for me a goal or objective. The purpose is different, right? The purpose is the reason why. That's what we need to do.
Yeah. So let me add a little bit more language here because I do agree with you on how important our words are. So our process of leading these men out of this is to help them become the man that is no longer addicted to porn. And by doing that, you develop certain skill sets, character traits, and belief systems that will now lead you down the path of achieving greater things. So the goal is to overcome it. The purpose in doing that is to become the man that can live without pornography.
Exactly.
Did that kind of help?
Yeah, totally. Okay. Right. So what you're saying in the second part of that is the reason why, like why we're doing that. The last piece, so this may help, right? The strongest driver for a human being is to produce an emotional state that they want and to avoid an emotional state they don't want. So we talked about what we're doing, a goal or objective is to make sure pornography doesn't have a hold on us. The purpose of that is to become the man that doesn't need that, which gives you a greater position. What they need to identify is what emotional state does being addicted to pornography produce that they don't want, right? There's that's for all of us might be slightly different, but there's some big ones that are not good. Like, I don't want to feel this. I don't want to feel that. And then the other side of it is, what do I want to feel? Right? I want to feel what on a daily basis. And as soon as you start seeing that, you can see how clear, like, pornography is never going to have me feel like that. And it is going to have me feel like this. And I don't want to feel like that. So if you look at all three of those, you have the goal or objective, you have the reason why we're fulfilling that goal or objective, and we have the emotional states that we want to produce and not experience, then you've got a complete formula. And that would be a purpose, right? Like that's a complete holistic purpose that is going to be very easy to not only drive you in the right direction, but have a lot of force behind it.